Television can make stars seem completely different from who they are away from the cameras. Audiences may connect beloved actresses with the characters they play, but performance and personality are not the same. This documentary examines 15 documented stories involving controversy, conflict, or difficult behavior, while separating fact from allegation. The aim is not simple condemnation, but a respectful look at what happened behind the public image, beginning with an actress whose off-screen reputation became part of her story. Celebrity 1. Joan Collins. Joan Collins built a career from British cinema to international television, becoming especially famous as a sexist Colby in Dynasty. Her public image was matched by a famously outspoken personality, and interviews sometimes revealed opinions about colleagues, industry expectations, and celebrity culture. Collins has discussed professional disagreements within show business. Although media coverage sometimes amplified conflicts, that distinction matters. A strong personality or public disagreement does not automatically prove mistreatment. Her career reflected the intense celebrity culture of the 1980s, when actresses faced enormous press attention. Collins remained an entertainment figure, showing how a formidable public persona could create both admiration and controversy. The next actress developed a powerful reputation away from the screen. Celebrity 2. Diana Dors. Diana Dors became one of Britain's biggest stars during the 1950s, combining glamour, confidence, and a larger-than-life personality that fascinated the public. Her success in British cinema eventually extended to television, but her private life attracted almost as much attention as her performances. Her marriages, relationships, lavish lifestyle, and financial difficulties were frequently covered by the press, turning personal problems into public entertainment. At times, the gap between her glamorous image and financial reality became especially striking. Dors lived during an era when British celebrities faced intense newspaper scrutiny, and private scandals could quickly become national stories. Yet behind the headlines was a talented performer whose career continued through changing circumstances. Her life remains a complicated mixture of stardom, excess, controversy, and resilience. Celebrity 3. Leslie Joseph. Leslie Joseph became a familiar face to British television audiences, particularly through her role as Dorian Green in Birds of a Feather. Her confident personality and long career made her recognizable, but public interviews and media coverage highlighted disagreements and strong opinions. It is important to separate documented comments or professional disagreements from impressions created by publicity. Long-running sitcom stars increasingly faced tabloid attention, meaning even ordinary disputes could become entertainment stories. Joseph maintained a substantial career across television, theater, and entertainment. Her story demonstrates how celebrity perception can be shaped by interviews and headlines as much as performances, leaving audiences to consider where the public image ends and the private personality begins. Celebrity 4. Anne Robinson. Anne Robinson became one of British television's most recognizable personalities, particularly through The Weakest Link, where her deliberately blunt manner became part of the program's appeal. Her sharp comments and intimidating presentation style sometimes created the impression that her television persona reflected her private personality. Robinson's career began in journalism, where direct questioning and strong opinions became important parts of her professional identity. Her television success later brought increased media attention, and interviews occasionally highlighted disagreements and criticism surrounding her outspoken approach. However, a forceful professional style should not automatically be treated as evidence of genuinely bad character. Much of Robinson's reputation was deliberately connected to the persona audiences expected to see. Her story demonstrates how television can blur the line between performance and personality, especially when a presenter becomes famous for confrontation and criticism. Celebrity 5. Amanda Barry. Amanda Barry became widely known as Alma Halliwell in Coronation Street, creating a character audiences remembered for years. Away from the program, Barry developed a reputation for being outspoken and candid when discussing television, colleagues, and her own experiences. Her interviews sometimes generated controversy because of her direct opinions. However, public disagreements and strong comments should be distinguished from claims of harmful behavior. Soap actors also faced unusual scrutiny because viewers followed their characters for years. Barry's career extended beyond Coronation Street into theatre, television, and British entertainment work. Her story illustrates how a forceful personality can attract admiration and criticism, especially when an actress is closely associated with a beloved television character. Celebrity 6. Julie Goodyear. Julie Goodyear became one of Britain's most recognizable soap actresses through her role as Bette Lynch in Coronation Street. Her glamorous style, distinctive voice, and confident personality made her a television favorite. But her career also included disagreements and difficult professional periods. Goodyear's strong opinions and independence attracted media attention. However, public disputes should be distinguished from claims about someone's character, particularly when reports come from competing perspectives. Her career demonstrated how closely soap actors could become associated with their characters. Bette Lynch was so memorable that audiences connected Goodyear with the personality she played. Her story shows how television fame can make professional disagreements visible, turning workplace tensions into bigger public stories. Celebrity 7. June Brown. June Brown became one of Britain's best-known television actresses through her long-running role as Dot Cotton in EastEnders. Her distinctive voice, strong personality, and outspoken nature made her instantly recognizable, both on screen and away from the cameras. Brown was known for expressing firm opinions and maintaining independence. Interviews sometimes revealed disagreements or blunt observations, but these should not automatically be interpreted as evidence of cruelty. Public perception can become exaggerated when a performer is associated with a powerful television personality. Her career lasted for decades, and Dot became one of British soap's most enduring characters. Brown's story demonstrates how an actress's personality can appear very different from the fictional person audiences know. Celebrity 8. Zoe Wanamaker. Zoe Wanamaker built a highly respected career across theatre and television, becoming familiar to wider audiences through roles including Susan Harper in My Family. Her background in theatre helped shape a reputation for professionalism and demanding standards. Public interviews have occasionally revealed strong opinions about acting, production, and the entertainment industry. However, professional disagreements should not automatically be presented as evidence that someone was cruel or abusive. Context matters, particularly when different people can remember the same workplace experience differently. Wanamaker's career demonstrates how high standards can sometimes create friction behind the scenes. Her story is less about proving someone was a monster and more about examining the contrast between a polished television image and the complicated personalities that can exist away from the cameras. Celebrity 9. Gillian Tailforth. Gillian Tailforth became a familiar face through her long-running role as Cathy Beale in EastEnders. Her popularity made her one of television's recognizable soap actresses. But fame also brought intense attention to her life. During the height of her career, Taleforth faced tabloid scrutiny, particularly around personal relationships and media controversies. Such coverage often blurred the boundary between a performer's professional identity and private circumstances. Her experience illustrates how soap stars could become subjects of public fascination, with personal stories sometimes receiving almost as much attention as their acting. Despite periods of controversy, Taleforth maintained a television career and remained associated with one of Britain's enduring programs. Celebrity 10. Pat Phoenix. Pat Phoenix became one of Britain's best-known television actresses through her role as Elsie Tanner in Coronation Street. Her glamorous image, strong personality, and confident performances made her a major figure in British soap history. Away from the program, Phoenix attracted considerable attention through her relationships, particularly her long association with fellow actor Alan Browning. Her private life was frequently discussed by the press, making it difficult to separate the actress from the public persona created around her. Phoenix's career reflected the growing celebrity culture surrounding soap stars during the 1960s and 1970s. Her story demonstrates how television fame could extend beyond acting, turning relationships and personal choices into subjects of public fascination. Celebrity 11. Wendy Richard. Wendy Richard became one of Britain's recognizable television actresses, first through Are You Being Served? And later as Pauline Fowler in EastEnders. Her personality and outspoken views sometimes attracted media attention, particularly when discussing colleagues, producers, or disagreements surrounding television work. Richard was known for speaking frankly about her experiences, and reports about professional tensions occasionally became part of the publicity surrounding her career. However, disagreements should be presented carefully, without turning a personality into unsupported accusations. Her career lasted for decades, and both Miss Brahms and Pauline Fowler became memorable television characters. Her story shows how a celebrated actress could develop a public reputation separate from the roles audiences knew best. Celebrity 12. Barbara Windsor. Barbara Windsor became one of Britain's best-known television actresses, first through her Carry On films and later as Peggy Mitchell in EastEnders. Her warmth and larger-than-life personality made her a household favourite, but fame also brought intense media attention. Windsor's professional relationships and private life were sometimes discussed extensively by newspapers, particularly during personal controversies. However, public scrutiny should not be confused with proven misconduct, and individual disputes require context. Her career demonstrates how television stars can become larger than the characters they play. Peggy Mitchell became iconic, while Windsor remained a fascinating public figure away from the cameras. Her story shows how celebrity, publicity, and private life can become difficult to separate. Celebrity 13. Geraldine McEwan. Geraldine McEwan built a distinguished career across British theatre and television, becoming recognised for performances in productions such as Map and Lucia and Agatha Christie's Marple. Her classical training and stage experience gave her a reputation for precision and demanding professional standards. Away from the screen, McEwan was known for having strong opinions about her work and the industry. Professional disagreements or firm artistic preferences, however, should not automatically be presented as evidence of cruel behavior. Context remains important when judging difficult personalities. Her career demonstrates how demanding standards can sometimes create friction behind the scenes. Yet her achievements remained considerable, and audiences remembered her for performances combining intelligence, wit, and theatrical control. Celebrity 14. Daniela Westbrook. Daniela Westbrook became widely known for playing Sam Mitchell in EastEnders, joining the program as a young actress and becoming part of one of Britain's biggest television soaps. Her career later became closely connected with highly publicized personal struggles and media scrutiny. Westbrook's experiences included addiction, health problems, and periods of instability that attracted intense tabloid attention. These circumstances were often presented sensationally, making it important to distinguish documented events from assumptions about her character. Her story demonstrates how difficult personal circumstances can become inseparable from a celebrity's public image. Despite serious setbacks, Westbrook continued working in entertainment, showing resilience while remaining a familiar figure to British television audiences. Celebrity 15. Miriam Margolyes. Miriam Margolyes became one of Britain's recognisable character actresses, combining theatre, television, and film with a famously outspoken personality. Her interviews have attracted attention because she speaks with directness, sometimes making blunt comments about celebrities, public figures, and social issues. That honesty has produced admiration and controversy. Margolyes rarely presents herself as a celebrity, and her willingness to say what she thinks can make her comments surprising. However, outspoken opinions should not automatically be treated as evidence of cruel behavior. Her career shows how a personality can become part of a performer's public identity. Away from scripted roles, Margolyes remains memorable because she refuses to behave like a celebrity. Television can make public personalities seem simple, but the reality behind the cameras is often more complicated. These stories show that controversy, strong opinions, professional disagreements, and personal struggles can shape a reputation. Some incidents were genuinely difficult, while others were amplified by publicity or misunderstanding. The important lesson is to separate documented facts from allegations. And remember that every performer has a career far larger than any single controversy or difficult moment in their public life. Which story surprised you most? Share your thoughts below, like the video, and subscribe for more British television documentaries today.